whether it's a high solid thumbs up or thumbs down.
How many phones have you tried it in the country? We have different handsets, right? The image quality may be different. The
That's right.
selfie quality can be really bad. So have you
Absolutely.
tried it and what problems have you seen?
Yes. So the problems we have seen is the kind of a blurred image, and that's the industry-wide standard. If you have a lightning problem or the camera is moving, the blurred image does not give you a good picture. So we have the technology to rectify that. We also have the technology if a bad image or incorrect image is uploaded. For example, it's not a face, somebody uploads a picture of a rose or a flower pot. Our system is smart enough to reject that image immediately.
Do you recognize between a photograph and a human face?
That's right. Our system is strong enough to recognize that. See, we have in terms of a technology as well as the ID verification experts, we have a large team itself in India that is in Jaipur and Rajasthan who will actually look at it and reject it. So once the picture is rejected, the system is smart enough to read that the picture is already uploaded and rejected. So it will become a part of our rejected database.
Suppose if the ID card has got some of the oldest photographs, still your system can identify that this is the original photograph of that person?
That's a good question. In fact, if I look at my driver license, which is like when I was 18 years old, the picture is totally different. We have a tools and technology in terms of there's an entire science. What we compare is the nose, the head, the eyeliner, and all that. So there's a technology behind it which can actually recognize it. And it also, if we want to give it not a yes or a no, we have a percentages given. So example, we can say that it's either 17% or it's a 92% lookalike. Just to add, we also get cases in which if the ID is stolen or fraudulently created, the gender of the ID is also different as per the picture. So we can also look at that and identify that something is wrong in the document.
You briefly mentioned about the overall performance. You will get a response within 2 minutes. Is there a way you can break it up in terms of what specific activities are taking what amount of time?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, as per security guidelines, I cannot, bifurcate what is the use of technology, rack space, the mobile application, and the human part that we have. But I can tell you, yes, if we leave aside the volume spikes, the queue management, everything can be done in 2 minutes. We have our booth outside. If you want to try it on one of your ID, we can do that. Usually, I'm saying 2 minutes. Usually, it's less than that.
What is the specific human intervention required in the authentication process?
So that's the final element of human element. We also have got business rules. So I'll just give you a bit of example. I know a government authority is sitting here, so he'll support me. If I'll tell you that you take out your PAN card from your pocket, and the fifth alphabet of your PAN card starts with the letter P, which refers to the PAN card, and fourth letter is the your last name of your last name. So you'll think either I'm a mystic or a magician. But there are business rules for all the documents for the entire countries that we have. And that is the reason we have MRZ lines in terms of the passport or some of the IDs that internationally issued.
You said you identified about 50 million IDs, right?
That's right, sir.
Worldwide. So what is the revenue that you're able to generate out of this?
My apologies, we are not a public listed company. I cannot, on record,
Okay,
go on to say
what
that.
is the business model?
The business model is we are headquartered in Palo Alto, California. We have investors, venture capitalists.
No.
Billion.
How do you get your revenue?
Our revenue comes through merchants, for example, HSBC. So we charge as per transactions. So if you want to go ahead and have a business with us, we can talk it out on table, and I can share entire details on pricing as well. My apologies for that.
You briefly mentioned about the support for all the three platforms, web, iOS, and Android.
That's right.
What is the size of the build, the APK, the mobile application that you have?
See, if you talk about business generation, most of the people, your entire merchants and entire customer, want to be on mobile. Almost 50% of the transactions that come, and a time will come that every week a merchant will visit a mobile application rather than a brick and mortar bank. So it's split between 50% mobile app and then web app and API.
I just wanted to know the size of the application in terms of megabytes.
Sir, I cannot disclose that for security reasons. My apologies.
Okay. Let me dwell a little into a typical problem that we might run into should we select your solution. We are more than 15 years old in the industry, so we have identity documents which date back to, say, early 2000s. Now, if we want to do verification based on the facial recognition, the algorithm that you have as an offering as your intellectual property, what specific difficulties or challenges you think you will encounter, and what would be your approach towards it?
Yes, sir. So the PCI compliant, if you have heard about it, it's kind of a certification that whatever data or API data you store is, certified. So what we prefer is, we ask our merchant or clients to, store the data on their server only. We are very flexible on retention policy as well. We can retain data if you wish. We can immediately delete the data, and you will have the entire control of that. We'll just use the, file, the images to, give our decision, and then entire data will be in your hand.
The facial recognition piece, are you doing that for any customer in India?
We can do that and customize to answer.
Do you have a customer in India using that feature?
Yes, the only customer the tested waters with us is HDFC, sir, from your bank only. And as I mentioned that we faced challenges, but the facial recognition part was not utilized. Unfortunately, we were given only 20 odd documents of PAN card, 20 odd documents of Aadhaar card. And we are so quick in decision making, and today project is not working, just scrap it, let's start another project tomorrow. So in a span of 20 days, you gave us 40 odd opportunities to succeed. I would say you need to give us a bigger time, bigger opportunity to fail again, if you wish.
I just want to dwell a little into two different aspects of authentication. The first is the first-time registration. Now, when I want to register myself, through my facial biometrics, what specific controls you have in your offering? And when I focus on the second aspect, that is authentication, meaning that there is already a facial biometric stored somewhere in our data center. Against that repository, you are going to check an individual's face, which could be captured using the front camera of the phone. What specific controls you have put in your offering to this end?
That's right, sir. The question actually entangles two aspects. One is the security features, the PI data. As I mentioned that we do not store any data of our merchant. It's immediately deleted. However, having said that, to answer your point, if it's a fraudulent activity or a fraudulent customer, yes, we do retain that data, and that can be, cross-checked. To sum up, to add up, and there's no registration mechanism. Every time a merchant uses, a customer goes into a bank, for example, HSBC, or goes to, or stays in Airbnb, or go do a Bet65 bet, he will scan the document. If the document scanned is already fraud, we will have that in database, we'll check it. But if it's been document is clean document and we have deleted that data, then we cannot use it. But to add to your point, I think it's a good point, valid point. Mr. Jay will add to it that if we talk of exchange or sharing of data, having some Google Drive or kind of a NSE norms that we know that one bank has already captured a person who has done some fraud or some black money has done. Because to answer your question, I know some statistics couple of weeks ago that Wells Fargo was fined $185 million just for opening fraudulent bank accounts. So had that data been shared already among the other banks internationally, some of the blood diamond money or some of the documents or the transaction that has been taken place have not taken place, and they would have saved a lot of money. Sorry. Yeah.
Do you have any third-party certification for the security aspects of your facial recognition offering?
Yeah, you're right. I think we need to take a patent for that, so our US office is working on that.
No, I'm not talking about patent. I'm talking about certification in terms of the software delivers what it commits to. The security features are at the level of depth and at the level of coverage that they should be.
Not as of yet, no. At least not in India. No, we don't have certification for facial recognition.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Any more questions? All right, Jumio, thank you. I think the judges have made their decision. Thank you very much.